Good morning, dear ones.
Good morning.
As I was adjusting to my instrument's body and was looking through his eyes out the window and witnessing the life of the trees, and you're surrounded by them. Unfortunately for you, you are, because they have a tendency to give off a rate of vibration that helps you to relax and feel at home on this planet. But that's not why I'm here today, to talk to you about trees. But it is good for you to realize that what you are witnessing right now on your planet is a change. And because it is of such an intense measure, it is getting everyone's attention. So that's what's happening here on your planet you call Earth. But I want you to look and see. Your planet is a member of a number of planets that revolve around this particular star that you call Sol, which is a star that is of a member of other stars that have their own relating, and all together in a rate of harmony that usually you miss. But I'm not going to stop there, because you see, you are all a part of what you might could say is a universe which is made of a number of galaxies. And all of this is in a state of harmony with the intelligence that is its manifestation as your universe. Now you bring it down to your planet, understandable, but I want you to realize that there is nothing exceptional in the sense that evolution is taking place here and nowhere else, because it is. This particular universe happens to be one that has as one of its main features evolution. And, oh, by the way, this is not the only planet that has life forms. And for some of you, that may come as a somewhat of a surprise, but in another way, a confirmation to the fact that you know that much of the information that you receive from your own kind is extremely limited. But then, let's look at your kind. You are a spirit, and you are clothed in a body of earth. This body of earth is, of course, a part of the whole of what you would call humanity. And you say, okay. And I say, wake up. Because you see, your kind has, because of the state of awareness, awakened awareness that your bodies represent, have a layer of frequencies that the majority of your kind communicate through. And you will identify with it and call it, oh, this is who I am. And now I'm speaking of the ego. But I would mislead you if I were to leave you at that and say, yes, it is the ego. But in reality, it is this band of frequencies that your bodies have evolved to and still have as a common means of communication. Now, you're changing. And part of that has to do because of a raising awareness of a number of your kind who is in harmony with the sweeping wave of energy that is originating from the center of your galaxy with the intent and purpose to stir you, to activate you, to help you to, in yourself, move beyond what you currently believe to be you and be true of who you are. You notice I first mentioned the fact that you're a spirit and you're not the body. The majority of humanity hasn't reached that level of awareness yet, but they're being stimulated to do so. But you see, you have to take into account that not all of you came at the same time, and that there are many others who are coming in now who you might could say are the new kids on the block. And they come in and they treat the body as if it were the everything of them. But you see, you too have gone through that phase in your own personal growth and development. Because, make no mistake about it, another way of looking at your planet, it is known as, oh, so you're going to the school of Earth, because it is a school where you are to learn and to grow. But obviously you can see it is not without its beauty and its opportunity. And I know sometimes it might be difficult to try to put all of these things together, and I'm saying to you, try. Because you see, from wherever you are in your own personal growth and development, it is for you to stir yourself in one way to remember, I have been here before. This is not my first incarnation. And from another way, to help you to wake up to the fact that all of these occurring lifetimes gave you the opportunity to learn and grow, and to know that nothing happens by accident. As a matter of fact, you're all feeding into this well-coordinated, intelligent system that governs itself by what you might call choice. Because all the choices you make are bringing to you opportunities as well as influence that you're having on all the others that you might know as karma. But don't think of karma as something that's out to get you, only if you're foolish enough to see it that way. You see, in reality, it really is simply your choice coming back to you in a form that can then stir you, even if it's from an unconscious level, to at least experience what you have put into motion, not only this lifetime, but previous lifetimes too. So if you look at that, you say, this is way beyond me. Don't worry about it. You're in a system that takes you into perfect account with love, unconditional love, and opportunity that you put into motion, whether you agree with what I'm saying or not, by the choices that you make. The thoughts that you think, the feelings that you have, the actions that you take, all of it fits into this comprehensive system that really boils down to simplicity. And the simplicity is choice. And if you say, I'm never going to make another choice again, I'm saying to you, that's the choice you just made. So you can't get out of it without making a choice. And I know some of you may say, well, what could I possibly do with this time? Well, the first thing is I would encourage you to recognize that trying to think this out and discover what it is a mislead. But rather, if you will allow yourself to become quiet, become still, then there can be another part of you that begins to come forward and show itself to you as you that you are in the process of discovering. Now, that's just part of it. The other part of it is, you didn't come here alone. There are those on the side from which I just came just a few moments ago who are known as your guides and who work with you to help you help yourself. Now, most of the time, they're just going to stand back and let you make your own choices. But every now and then, when you give them the opportunity, they will speak to you, perhaps in an encouraging way, and again, perhaps in a way that would help you to feel somebody is there, somebody who knows me, somebody who is with me, somebody who is for me. Now, look at this. What you're hearing right now may be strange to your awareness. But it in no wise means that it is incapable of stirring you to come to a place of looking again at you, looking again at your life, and seeing, okay, what have I done with my life to this point? Are there any changes that I want to make, or that I'm even capable of making? You may be looking at yourself and seeing, I'm so totally limited. I'm experiencing things that I'm not even sure if they're real. And I'm saying, don't get too upset, because there will be times when you're going to experience something and it will seem to be so out of the ordinary that it would be in the realm of unreal. Okay, having said that, I don't want to scare you off. I spoke to you of this being a universe of evolution. Even your own limited development, the instruments that you have can peer out into space and see, while it may have been hundreds of thousands of light years ago, stars were dying. And you can look and see stars are developing. Well, if it's happening on that basis, why not you? And what we're talking about is form, because you see, stars are forms of light emitting aspects of creation. You are living in a body right now that you know has a limited span in which you can and will experience. Imagine now that hearing this, you're able to project yourself into a future where you see from the time of birth, you would have an awakened awareness, and you would be able to experience life with that awakened awareness, and you would no longer be subject to parents who had a limited awareness, but you would be able to live your life forth and then go to a place of eventually letting go of the body. And I say to you, imagine what your living reality would be. Imagine. You wouldn't have to worry about coughing and getting up and disturbing others, because you would have such an awareness in your body that your body would respond positively to that awareness. And that is not in any way to say that there's something wrong, that she should feel ashamed, because all of you experience this too. She merely provided me with an example to help you to see. Don't become so concerned with your body that you lose sight of who you are. Now, I say that to you from where you are right now. And I'm sure all of you can remember when you were a kid growing up, that you were subject to whatever was pulsing through your body and getting your attention. And you acted that out based upon the awareness you were given by the adults around you. Primarily, of course, your parents, if you had them. But I say this to you to help you to see what's happening now throughout your world is the wheel of cycles is turning. Always has, always will. But it's affording those on planet Earth to let go of an extremely limited awareness shared by the majority of your kind, so that you can then begin to open up, and if you don't get it in this lifetime, when you come back in the next one, that you'll enter in with whatever has developed from then till then in the ever-existing now, and you'll be able to find yourself afforded the opportunity to live from a different awareness, because there will be another primary rate of vibration that humanity is communicating through. That which we find you mostly limited in right now, that I described as the ego levels of awareness, it will be replaced. And it will be a higher band of frequencies that humanity will have evolved to be able to live through and still be who you are. So remember, when the body gives you pains and you begin to believe there's something wrong with you, let that go. And if you get to the place where you find you're slipping out of your body and you become concerned because you're dying, let that go. Because you're not your body. Your body is simply one of many that you've had. And when you go through that change called death, you'll simply come home. And when I speak of home, I speak of where I will go in just a few moments and won't have to worry about my instrument's growling stomach or any of that stuff that he's living with right now. But because I have lived many, many lifetimes, and because your guides likewise have lived many, many lives, they are in a position to help you help yourself, because they know what you're going through. So it's not a harem-scarum deal, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody didn't create this and then leave. As a matter of fact, if you want to call it the somebody, is all of the forms that you're experiencing with intelligence. Not only that, It is the invisible intelligence that occupies all of what you would call time and space and knows exactly what's going on. Doesn't have to, as my instrument has often said, read the morning newspaper to figure out what's going on. Because, well, for that, it's a misread anyhow, so don't pay too much attention to it. But hopefully what I have been able to share with you today can stir you beyond what you intellectually believe you know to be true. Because I can feel it from some of you. And I'm saying, it's all right. You're not hurting my feelings. And the reason is, I don't have feelings to hurt. And also, to help you to realize that I am bringing this to your attention for your benefit. When I leave my instrument's body, I'm not going to come over to my side and then be checked out and see if I could have done it differently. And the reason is because I say to you, you get to the place of owning your own expression. You get to a place of realizing, I am subject to me. And the me that I am subject to is the one that encompasses all of this. The choices that I make, the karma I create, and the wisdom that I have as an illumined being of light who has recognized my own self to an extent that I can claim it to be who I am. So, enjoy the rest of your life. And if you feel like you have come here today, and today has enhanced your capacity to do it, wonderful, well and good. And if you're just occupying time and space, and you're finding this to be a challenge, wonderful. I love it when you get challenged, because see, to me, that shows me that there is something in you that has a recognition that what you know and how you're acting upon what you know is of a limited capacity that you can and will rise above and go beyond. Thank you for your attention.